Courtney joins us up next in Jackson, Tennessee. Courtney, welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hey, thanks for taking my call.
Sure. How can we help today?
So I'm like super upside down on my car, and I am in baby step number 2, and it's actually my highest debt. But it's causing me so much trouble. Not the vehicle, but the payment itself. It's just outrageous. So I'm trying to figure out what to do as far as, my vehicle goes.
How much do you owe on the car?
I owe about $32,000.
Okay. And what is it worth right now?
$18,000.
Oof. How did it get to this point? What did you buy the car for?
After interest and stuff, it was $49,000.
So you paid $49,000 for it. What was it worth at the time you bought it? You think it was worth $49,000?
I don't remember. I want to say it was like 35 or so, and the interest is what's like got it all messed up.
What's your payment and what's your interest rate?
I pay $688 a month.
Oof.
Yeah, it's rough. The interest rate is 15.12%.
Why did you get such a terrible interest rate?
Honestly, I'm not sure, because this was the first vehicle I ever financed. And after that, I got other debt. But before the car, I had like $3,000 in student loans, and that was like all that was on my credit.
Oh my goodness! What's the term for this? How long is the loan for?
6 years.
6 years.
What kind of car is it?
A 2018 Volkswagen Tiguan.
Okay. How long have you had it?
8 months, and that's how low the value has gone in 8 months.
It's gone down that quickly, or do you think you bought it a little too high priced?
Maybe I bought it, but I was just thinking, wow, it's decreased in value, I guess.
Who sold this car to you?
The dealership I work for.
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was it like a coworker that's a friend, or how did that happen?
Yeah, it is a friend, but I don't work in the sales department. I work in the service department. But yeah, it was a friend, and I'm not sure, if they
Have
were
you
trying
talked to them about this?
I have.
What did they say?
And I think that pretty much they're telling me, at the time, the market was just so messed up on cars.
Have you had any frank conversations with them, asking kind of what was the value of the car when you sold it to me?
I haven't, but that is a good idea. I'm actually on my lunch break right now, so I could do that when I go back in.
There's no way that car was worth $49,500 when you bought it, which is how much you're paying with all these payments.
I know. And actually, it was $55 after I put I did get all the warranties and things on it. But
how long have you worked?
You can return that warranty, right, and get some money back out of this?
Yeah, I could return the warranty.
How much would that give you back?
Probably about maybe $5,000.
Okay. And how much money do you have in the bank?
I have about $2,000 in my checking account, and other than that, I just have $1,000 for an emergency fund.
Okay.
How long have you worked for this dealership?
About a year now.
Do you feel like in general they typically have pretty good integrity?
Most of the time, yeah, and my coworker, he's actually a friend of mine, and
my friends don't screw me over at 15% interest.
That's what I was thinking too. Is I feel like I've been screwed over on it, and financially, that's a big.
I want to know how much this guy made off this deal.
Yeah, probably a lot, and I'm 22, so I'm not trying to be stuck in this for 7 years.
Ooh. Okay, so the $18,000 value that you say your car has, is that from Kelley Blue Book? Is that somebody at your job that said that?
KBB.
Is that private party or trade-in?
Yes, that's private party.
Okay, I'm going to still do some more homework and research every single place that buys used cars, and that's online, that's local dealerships, to see how much you could get for this. Maybe even try listing it and see if you can get more for it.
And this may not be the best advice, but if I'm in your shoes, I'm going to my boss and I'm saying, here's the situation. How is this car that I just bought 8 months ago for this price now worth 18? And kind of walk through the situation with your coworker. Because my hope is that as your employer, there's some sliver of heart there that maybe they'll even consider buying it back from you
at a higher rate.
Right, closer to what you paid for it.
Right. Yeah.
There's going to be stupid tax on this either way. The only other option here to get out from under this thing soon is if you went to your local credit union and get a personal loan for $14,000 to cover the difference.
Right.
And now you're $14,000 in debt instead of $32,000 in debt at a much lower interest rate.
And I have other debt, but it's $7,800, and I could pay that off pretty quick. But I'm thinking long term, like, oh, well, it's going to take me years to get out of debt with this car.
Where'd the 78 come from? Because I thought you said you only had $3,000 in debt when you got the car.
Well, I had $3,000 at the time, and this was a stupid decision. But after I got this car, I started getting all these things in the mail, like, oh, you're approved today for this and that and this and that. And at the time, I was just like, oh, yay, extra money, and I took out a personal loan, but I've never done that again. I've learned my lesson because the interest rates on them are outrageous, and I actually had like a $2,000 loan that ended up being like $4,500 overall. So,
well, yeah. I'm assuming that I've had it moment that you're done with debt.
Yes, I've had it. I'm too young to be stressing about this. I've got goals, and I'm like, no, I'm trying to get out of all this while I can.
Heck yeah.
Well, start ripping up your mail, and if it says 0% or if it looks like free money, run as far as you can, because there's no such thing as a free lunch.
There is no free money. I learned that the hard way.
They are not your friend. And by the way, this dealership is not your friend.
Yeah, I've thought about that too.
What are you making at this dealership?
I make about $50,000 a year.
Okay.
Do you have any credit cards right now?
I don't. I actually paid. That was my number one baby step, or in the baby step number two. The first thing I did was pay off a credit card. I owed like $288 on it. I paid it. I called. I canceled, and I'm out of the credit card situation.
Okay. So this $50,000, is that your only job? You've got one job right now?
I do only have one job. I've been searching. I've been listening to y'all, and a lot of people are talking about like DoorDash, and I've been considering doing like a part-time DoorDash job, just something to get a little more money to try to pay it off faster.
Yeah, you can also look into grocery delivery services like Instacart or Shipt. You can even try Amazon Flex if that's in your area to deliver packages on your own schedule, and you can make some good money doing that.
Well, and it's like,
write that down. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah. And right now with where you're at, I know you're mad that like you're in this situation at 22 years old. Like you said, you've got goals. You need to get out of this. So I want you to take that anger that you feel and that frustration and just channel all of it into doing everything you can to get rid of this debt. I want you working 60, 80 hours a week. I want you cutting back to the bare minimum, eating, as cheaply as possible. Like, we have got to go scorched earth on this.
Yeah, for sure. And I have been. I've got the app that you guys talk about, and I've been budgeting. It's just like I was just trying to think about the long run and what I could do about my car.
Well, see if you can talk to the dealership and go, hey, listen, you guys screwed me on this deal, and I work here, and that is not cool to treat an employee that way. So here's what I'm asking. Trade in this car. Give me the crappiest car on your lot to get me out of this situation. And if you still need to go take a small personal loan from that credit union to cover this mess and get out of this thing, then do that. And then we're attacking the rest of the debt while driving this beater car until it's all done.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'm down to drive the beater car, whatever it takes to get out of
this
situation.
And stand up for yourself, Courtney. Don't take crap from these guys. And I'd be leaving this dealership as soon as I'm out of this mess because I don't trust these people.